Buenas. This is Kai Pacha with the weekly Paleo report, and today is September 27th of 2017, and it's early in the morning here. I'm at the Temple of the Sacred Valley, and it's actually the prototype of before Machu Picchu is when they built this temple. And as you can see, if you look far up, there's a stairway going up off to the left. That leads to the gate that is the beginning of the Inca Trail that goes from here all the way down to Machu Picchu. Anyway, as to the astrology of this week. This week we have, right now, as I speak, Jupiter opposite Uranus. The first pass of Jupiter opposite Uranus was last December 27th. Jupiter went retrograde, came back again, March 3rd. And now the third pass is today. Very powerful day. Has a lot to do with this whole year. There's my alarm going off. I got up early today. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm still waking up. So what we have besides that, I mean, we're coming into like a 2-week conjunction of Venus and Mars. They're both traveling through Virgo. Venus is catching up to Mars. We had Mars oppose Neptune last week, and now Venus is going to be opposing Neptune. So basically, Venus and Mars are both opposing Neptune. And along with that, I don't know if you saw it in the night sky last night, but the moon was exactly conjunct Saturn. And then she moved on to conjoin with Black Moon Lilith. And today she's going to be moving into Capricorn. She'll be there for a couple of days, move into Aquarius. But I think that's pretty much what I want to be talking about today. And I will see you soon. I'm a little bit out of it. Sleeping on the mountain, staying up late for seeing the stars out here. Feeling into the energy of the space. Jupiter opposite Uranus. Okay, so like I head over here at 5 o'clock this morning, and I left my camera back there, so I'm doing this on my phone. Hope it works. It is a very powerful energy, and I don't think it's only here, it's all across planet Earth. Jupiter opposite Neptune was part of why I came up with the whole notion of 2017 being the year of the end of illusion and profound revelation. And it's like no accident. Of course, if you study astrology long enough, you realize there is no such thing as an accident. There's either your personal unconscious setting you up, or the collective unconscious setting you up, or divine consciousness setting you up, but it's all a big setup for your evolutionary growth. So it's no accident that as we come around to the third pass of Jupiter opposite Uranus, here comes Venus opposite Neptune. Yeah? And this is also the end of illusion. Neptune in Pisces, okay, has fantasies and illusions and no boundaries and no time and no limits, and it's all good and it's all beautiful and it's all wonderful, and let's merge with everything and everybody and blah, 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 blah. And here comes Venus along with Mars and Mercury. Okay, they're still in, all three of them are still in Virgo as I give this report. Mercury is moving into Libra, but this is all about relationship, partnership, projection, shadow, learning and knowing yourself with, in, and through the other. And this is what 2017 has been about. Yeah? The end of illusion is brought about with Jupiter opposite Uranus, Jupiter in the sign of Libra. It's that our partnerships, our other people, our intimate, close others, yeah, show us our illusions and show us to ourselves. And this creates the Uranus in Aries. Uranus in Aries is revelation, enlightenment. It's like, oh, wow, that's me. That's my Aries. That's my masculine energy. That's my sexual nature. This is like, so we're all getting revealed to ourselves through our partnerships. And if you want to hold on to illusions, you may be avoiding relationships. Because this is where you can do either. This is the thing about oppositions, and I really want to focus. I could talk for, this could be an hour-long Pele report, but I don't even know how I'm going to load it up. The internet at the ashram is super slow. I don't know when you're going to even see this, but this opposition is going on for quite a while, at least until Jupiter moves into Scorpio, October 10th. We can fully say that this Jupiter opposition, Jupiter-Uranus opposition is in full-blown effect, because it's a buildup of everything that's gone on all of 2017. And the thing about the polarities is what? You can go towards one or the other. Jupiter in Libra says, yes, I will expand and grow and learn and prosper through partnerships, business, intimate, romantic, sexual, however. Uranus in Aries is, when I do my yoga and I go inside myself, or I go off to a mountaintop, I need freedom, independence, liberation. This is going to bring me ultimate, yes, the opening of the third eye. And so it's very interesting that I was thinking about earlier. Jupiter and Uranus both have to do with truth. Jupiter has to do with truth. But it has more to do with philosophy, with this world, the expansion of consciousness. But the other thing I'm thinking of is Uranus also has to do with enlightenment. Uranus will give you your truth from your subconscious, from your unconscious. Okay, Jupiter is more in the middle world. If we look at shamanism, Jupiter and Saturn are in the middle world, yeah? Uranus is in the celestial world. So it's celestial truth, penetrating, impacting, and sometimes just exploding, okay, this middle world. And so what we can see is Uranus actually, what? Is older than Jupiter. If you look at Greek mythology, Uranus was even before Saturn. Uranus was Saturn's father. So before Saturn, before time. Uranus is before time. It's outside of time. So this is where we're talking extraterrestrial intelligence, and we're talking multidimensional wisdom and truth, okay? And then Jupiter was the son of Saturn. So we've got 3 generations here: Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter. Boom, 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 right? And it's kind of like this descent, 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 descent. So when Uranus comes in, okay, it blows your mind. It knocks your socks off. It rules unpredictable, sudden events and sudden revelations. The truth is revealed, and it's it's been there all along, but it's the aha, I never saw that. Now it all makes sense. And that all making sense, okay, can be unsettling. This is a time of instability. It's a time of everything is the truth comes in and it changes the whole reality. It changes the whole picture. What you want to do is you want to look at what house Uranus is moving through now, because what I was thinking earlier was that, Uranus is going to win. If you're pulled within 2 directions, let's say you got Uranus in your first house, Jupiter in your 7th house. It's yeah, Jupiter would like to do partnership and relationship, but you know what? Uranus in the first house is going to say, you've got to be yourself. You've got to be spontaneous and instinctive, and it's just like, own your desires and blah blah blah. Guess what? This is going to interrupt your relationships, even though Jupiter like wants to go there. Yeah, go all the way around. Okay, let's put Uranus in the 4th house, Jupiter in the 10th house. Jupiter is like, oh, I want to expand my business, and I want to get out in the world more, and be more successful, and expand my reputation. But Uranus is down here in the 4th house. And Uranus is like, you know what? You've got to look at your past. You got to look at your childhood. You got to look at your family. You got to look at your children. You've got to look at your inner personal child, your inner world. And so, the home life will explode, right? And then, guess what? Jupiter in the 10th is going to lose. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah? You can go all the way around with your chart and just look at these. Ideally, and I always say this, the oppositions, right, resolve themselves by reaching the center point of balance. That center point of balance is like a wormhole, to another liberated state of enlightenment. Balance your oppositions, and you will find, the truth within. So, anyway, Uranus, Jupiter, Aries to Libra is what? Finding freedom, Uranus and Aries, in relationship, Jupiter and Libra. So it's like, if the relationship is able to meet the needs for freedom and personal inner development of each of the partners, then the Jupiter-Uranus is going to complement, and the opposites complement each other. Yeah? If both are allowed to be fed, if both are given equal time. So it's like, this is like 50% I'm, in relationship, 50%, I gotta really, go into my own personal, revelation or whatever, It's like, whatever, yeah. So, I think this is going to go on for a little while. There's so much to talk about. Wow. Because the other thing is what? Just the masculine and the feminine. I could give a couple hours on the masculine and feminine. We've been talking about it here, yeah. The need for emptiness. The masculine is emptiness, the void, nothingness, clarity, simplicity, just nothing. I want to sit in nothingness. Yeah. I mean, the yogic path is a masculine path. I'm going to sit and do my Kundalini yoga, and I'm going to, go into, nothingness, and stop everything. No more distractions. This is the masculine. And the feminine is about connection. I want to connect the earth with the sky, with the clouds, with the rain, with me and you and our emotions and our spirits. And, so it's all about connection. And so this balancing of the masculine and the feminine, is another place where this Uranus, Jupiter can come into play. And of course, also, I don't want to neglect, it's just that the Jupiter-Uranus is a slow-moving opposition that's going on for the whole year of 2017. The Venus in opposition to Neptune is going on for a week or two. Yeah? So, but let's just, if we want to look at that opposition a little bit. Neptune just wants to, I don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to know the truth. I want to escape. I want to deny. I want to avoid. I want to just not talk about it, run away. So we have this tendency happening now, of people wanting, whether it's through drugs, alcohol, sex, or just, traveling and, leaving the scene, okay? Venus in Virgo, the powerful feminine energy, is now catching up to Mars, the masculine, okay, and saying, okay, this is very interesting, right? It's like the masculine and feminine, freedom and connection are, coming together, yeah, and in Virgo, nonetheless, it's like, this is really time. I'll talk about the Venus-Mars conjunction more next week when it's exact, Right now, the Venus in Virgo wants facts, data, the truth, what's real, what's happening in this physical world. Don't give me any lies or distortions or, I mean, really, Neptune can be the deceiver. Yeah? So it's like no more deception. So this also has to do with the end of illusion. Yes, the end of illusion is Venus in Virgo is the end of illusion. Particularly around love, heart, and relationship. Yeah? And it's like, get down to earth, get in your body, get clear, get straight. And that leads to the profound revelation of this Jupiter-Uranus. So all I can say is this is the best of times and the worst of times. This is a time where you're seeing the truth, like it or not, ready or not, it's in your face, it's disturbing, it's upsetting your reality, it's upsetting your routine or your job or your relationship, but it's the truth. And your future will be built on a foundation of truth. So this is very positive, yeah, because it's not about illusions anymore, and you're not going to build sand castles in the air. At least from now on, you can get your shit together. At least from now on, you can see who you really are, who your partner really is, what your life is really about, and go from there. Because now Jupiter's going to go into Scorpio, yeah, October 10th. I'm going to give a whole thing. Saturn's moving into Capricorn, Chiron's moving into Aries, Uranus is moving into Taurus. 2018 is huge. I'm going to do a whole nother thing on that. But I think it's time to wrap this up, so I hope I still have battery and I don't run out of time on my phone. The mantra for this week, then, my vision of perfection, Neptune, okay, and Venus, this Venus, my vision of perfection now has to include not only me, I or we, but all creation too. This is what I really wanted to talk about today. The Venus in Virgo and all of creation. I'm here with these ancient temples, and this temple in particular was founded on love. It was the first king who married out of love instead of out of political necessity. And he came out here. He left Cusco, where the rest of the Incas were, and he built this temple before Machu Picchu. This is like, I could give a whole nother video on this, but the idea here is, we connected with the rocks and the stones and the great mother and father sky and nature. And we ate the cocoa leaves on the way up. And you eat the plants of the land, connect you with the land, and you speak with the land, and the mother speaks to you, and you feel this connection, the tapestry, the matrix of all of creation. Not the frickin' World Wide Web matrix. I'm talking about the real matrix. Intergalactic, interplanetary matrix. You really, you tap into something that, and it is less temporary. Less temporary. If you're suffering from insecurity and you're in a state of fear about the future or about your, where your state of being, your mental health or whatever, your pocketbook, yeah, you want to latch on to what is the temporal world, is the temporary world, and you get into more of the infinite world. You get in more to the earth. The trees live longer than us. The rocks are here for 25 of our lifetimes, thousands of our lifetimes. A rock will be here. The stars, yeah? It's like tap into, yes, the more fundamental, long-lasting aspects of creation. And they will give you more security than the temporary. This is Saturn and Black Moon Lilith conjunct in Sagittarius, nature. And it's opposite Gemini, which is the city, the left brain, the emails and the Instagrams and the YouTubes, and the busyness. Sagittarius is coming out here on the mountain and you sit and you feel into the more infinite realms of time and space, and it brings you into a state more of peace and serenity. So that's what the mantra is about, yeah? My vision of perfection now needs to include not just me, I, and we, but all creation too. May you expand your attention, your focus, yes, your desire, your creative energy out of just this temporary, personal, romantic or whatever, financial world, and expand it to include all of creation. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.